right, guys, so I made a promise this year that I was going to review every movie that I've seen. And I've been a little bit behind with my YouTube page, but let's get caught back up. I'm going to do a quick little set of micro reviews because these have come out a couple weeks now and people have probably already seen it or they're not in theaters anymore. First up is the movie Replicas, starring Keanu Reeves. Now, this was billed as a small sci-fi thriller in which basically the premise is that his family is killed in a car accident and he's this scientist that's trying to graft people's brains from a computer program into other bodies or into an actual computer. So he makes replicas of his family, and that's basically what the whole story is about. Him trying not to get caught, and it's really a hard sell because it's really flown underneath the radar, and the few people that have talked about it have not really been too kind to it. I would say this, it's kind of like an episode of The Outer Limits, the Twilight Zone kind of thing where it's just like, here's a weird scenario, and it should have been an hour long, but it's an hour and a half. The selling point, I guess, is just the premise. I am a huge fan of Keanu Reeves, and I do like Alice Eve as an actress, so for me, a little bit of a selfish reason in that respect, I really wanted to see this movie. I liked it. It was just a marginal pass. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. It's just, at times, it takes a little bit of a leap of faith for you to go along with it. It's kind of like, really? Would that happen? Really? How is he getting away with all this? Now, it does nicely tie that up in the end to explain how he's able to get away with all of this. And you just kind of have to take that leap of faith to accept it, to make this movie land for you. All right, that's it. Replicas. All right, guys. So The Upside came out a couple weeks ago, and I did go out and see it. I got to say this. If I'm going to sell this movie to you, the acting is the highlight here. Bryan Cranston, I mean, come on. He's always good. But what you may want to see is Kevin Hart taking on a more dramatic role and not so much of a comedic one. It's definitely dramatic heavy. It's got these moments, and I think it really pays off because these two guys have great chemistry, and they have a couple of really good scenes where you're just like, wow, that's not really what I expected to see here. I know it does have a little bit of a pacing problem towards the middle of the film, where you're just going, okay, where are they going with this? Where are they going with this? And then it kind of wraps up nicely in the end. And it's one of those feel-good movies. It's a feel-good movie. And you got to say at the end of it, I'm glad that I watched it. Is it super memorable? Nah, it's good. It's a good film. I recommend it. If you haven't seen it yet and you're looking for something in the theaters, I'd say yes, it's a 7 out of 10. The Upside. That's it. All right, guys. So the movie Glass, it came out a week and a half ago, and I was really hyped for this film. I was really excited because I did like Split, and I did actually really like Unbreakable. I watch just scenes of that movie here and there, and every now and then, and it's just like, yeah, it's a gripping film. So my expectations were a little bit high for this. I liked the trailers. I did a trailer reaction to a while ago. I'll put a link to that in the cards if you want to see that. I guess a lot of people are not liking this film. It's not quite what people were expecting. I think they wanted to see this big, huge superhero fight kind of thing, and the film suggests that, but it doesn't really get to that, and I think that's what people were let down by. But just thinking about the performances in this, if I'm going to sell you this, James McAvoy definitely has a performance in this that makes you go, wow, that's impressive. So if you are a student of acting, you will want to see it specifically for him. The writing at times can bash you over the head with it being a comic book, themed movie, but some of the payoffs really do pay off. They do. But the big, huge, epic battle I think that people wanted to see at the end really didn't come together. It didn't come to fruition, and this, it's not really a twist, but it's more like a reveal of a larger universe. And I don't think it quite stuck the landing. It's one of those movies where it's going to be you just kind of have to let it sit down and marinate for a while and say, well, my initial reaction is this. I didn't like it. And it's going to be one of those movies where you'll be going back to it and going, did I really not, did I really hate it that much? Because there are things about it, as I said before, the performances and some couple of scenes where you're just like, wow, okay, that's cool. I like that. So yeah, it's mixed. For me, I would say that this is just a marginal pass, a 6 out of 10 for Glass. It's got some good points to it, but it's not the big, huge wow factor that I wanted it from it. So yeah, there we go. That's Glass. All right, my name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.